Consistency is key. And just a quick update, I've been applying for jobs every day. A lot of jobs have rejected my CVs or ghosted me, but I'm optimistic about a few roles that I applied for. I spoke to people about those roles, so hopefully they come back to me and hopefully something comes in soon. Sorry to interrupt. I just had to mention one particular company just like dicking me around for literally like 20 odd days. I got an interview on May 9th and I didn't find out till like May 29th that I didn't even get the position for like a bullshit reason. Absolute bullshit reason. So here you can see in the screenshot, I got an interview for an accounts receivable assistant position, right? So this is a very junior role. This role is beneath me. I've got 5 years worth of experience in AR or accounts receivable roles. I've literally got to a point where I'm helping companies change their billing system, so their AR system. So this role is beneath me as fuck. And the reason why I'm getting like really frustrated about this is because you can see that I messaged like a couple days after the original interview, right? I've continuously tried to keep up with it. So you can see like 3 days later, I messaged, and then 4 days after that, I messaged, and then again, another 2 days after that one, I messaged. And then recently, literally like 2 days ago now, like it says a day ago on there, but it was 2 days ago for me, and that would have been the 29th, right? They finally get back to me. So I had my interview on May 9th, but they didn't get back to me till the 29th, and they say, unfortunately, after our call, I will not be progressing your application. Although you have some qualities that we are looking for, there are other applicants that are stronger and better suited to your experience for this role. In what universe? This role is beneath me. So beneath me. This would have been an entry level role. It's a junior position. And you will hear her say this in the video. It is a junior position. She's handpicked me. The managers handpicked me because I clearly fit the role. But the reason that they're giving is bullshit. Monkeys can do this job. Monkeys that come out of uni can do this job. It's not hard. So it's bullshit.
What I find really scummy though is the fact that after the emails before, it was saying thanks from the person that was in the interview. But then at the end of it, it's now been like a copy paste generated email that says, we wish you all the best for the future, team blank, like the company name blank, right? But even in your copy paste, you've put, unfortunately, after our call, I will not be progressing your application. Did you not even have the like audacity, the respect, the decency to just give me a good reason and not just this like copy paste, like piss poor answer? Because clearly I do fit the role. What is your real reason? It's definitely not experience. If you're telling me it's experience, go fuck yourself. That's not the reason. I personally believe it's because of the money. Just say that your company is a broke company. You're growing with like no money. Like don't tell me all this like other, because that's completely contradicting everything that's been said in our interview. But anyway, just watch the next part, right? Because I'll show the interview that we had. Like I only got one with them in the end. And the fact that she was saying that she wants to move quickly with this role pissed me off. Like I'm here struggling, trying to make ends meet, trying to pay bills on time. And I'm here thinking that, cool, this looks good. The way that we're speaking, everything is going well. Should be something good fairly soon. They f***ed around for like 20 days. That's like nearly 3 weeks, just wasting time, and then drop this on me. It's a piss take. Like I don't think companies should be allowed to get away with that. Like it is an actual piss take. We're here trying to live. We're here trying to get by. We're struggling as fuck, and you're doing this for a candidate that's more than capable for this like junior ass position. Like go fuck yourself.
So thanks for hopping on and for applying. I will quickly just go through what's going on. So over the past sort of 12 months, I joined in February. We have doubled our headcount for the and for head office. And we've also really grown our grocery B2B channels. And then alongside that, we've got an opening for Manchester from the high street. So the idea is to sort of take over the country and become more of like a national brand, and therefore support for those areas need to grow. From a finance perspective, we've got about 8 or 9 in the finance team in total. And that team is incredibly diverse, from having sort of qualified ACA financial controller right through to promoting our head barista in London Bridge to be an accounts assistant who's flying. So we've got some great experience diversity across the team, and they're just a really lovely bunch. So yeah, and this role is basically to support that and to support them in being able to support the business as efficiently as possible. I think everybody's goal is to be as efficient as possible. That's kind of the business and the role in a nutshell. It's a very clean accounts receivable position. I'm trying to think, invoice wise, we're probably looking at around sort of 1,000 a month ish from a volume perspective. So like decent, but not overwhelming. And definitely room for growth as well in there. So if that sort of gives you a good idea, should I jump into a few questions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So what was it that sort of interested you about the role in the first place?
I'm basically coming from like contractual work. So I wanted to have something that was permanent so that I could also like develop myself into like studying basically. So I wanted to do some SEMA and like go down that kind of route. And just like how you're saying, like you're growing and hoping for like a permanent position, possibly to also move up while I'm studying with you. And yeah, I feel like this is a good like branching business, so there would be good opportunity for me in the future to like have a good long-term employment.
Okay, nice. So and the reason you're looking, I guess, is so if has your contract finished up?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then going into software wise, what have you used Xero, or have you used any other, what accounting software have you used?
I've used NetSuite, Oracle, I've used SAP. When it comes to billing, I've used Salesforce, Office R&D. What else have I used? I've used Sage 50, Meconomy, and Dynamic 365.
Okay, nice. All right. And then AR experience, can you just talk me through your experience in sort of like volumes of receivables?
Sure. So in the last role, the volume was probably about 200 a month. It wasn't very high, but the reason why is because I was contracted for the billing transformation. So I was taking them from JD Edwards to NetSuite Oracle. So my role was mainly to, like, I had to understand the role, so I did have to take on my own projects. But my main role was to basically help them transition from there. So anything that I was noticing, anything that the billers were noticing, anything that the PMs were noticing, basically form it into like a report for the coders and whoever's writing the developing the system, basically, so that when it was ready, it had a good day one. So that was my main role. But while doing the day to day, I was also looking after the weapons department in UK. So I had about 100 projects. So yeah, it was about 200 invoices a month, but they're very high value. So it's not just simply like easy to do these 200 invoices.
Yeah, complex.
Yeah. But then when I worked in, and I was doing office leasing. So that one I was looking after and building, and that was home to about 500 business clients. So you got 500 office leases every single month, and then you've also got their like services, so meeting rooms, any kind of like additional boards, posted packaging, tea and coffee. So all of their service fees are also on top of that. So it was about 1,000 a month as well.
Okay.
Similar, but I didn't look after any specific buildings. It was just kind of like shared between the team. So we kind of just took over whatever needed to be done at that time. But yeah, it was about the same similar invoice count. Yeah, I feel like that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nice. Have you had any? Have you got an example or an experience of dealing with that sort of difficult conversation, but keeping it kind? So when a company owes you, how have you approached that, where it could be quite confrontational, but actually you need to keep a good relationship?
With the clients that we're dealing with, I'll just walk you through it. At the beginning of the month, we basically chase any kind of like failed DDs or any manual payments. And sometimes clients fail their DDs, and we're forced to basically email them. And then if they don't get back to us within 2 days, we follow up with an email if we have a contact number, which we will be able to, whether it's like on their account or going through sales, we can get their phone number. and then we can give them a call and just ask them like, please can you make payment? And normally just by asking them to make payment, like innocent, like, oh, I think there's just been an issue with the DD, maybe there was a problem with the bank, and then they'll just pay and it'll be okay. But sometimes it does go into the state of like, oh, we'll get back to you and we'll pay you as soon as we get back from vacation or annual leave or something like that. Like companies on like company retreat. So when they have some kind of reason of why they're not making payment, we'll just ask you, okay, no, that's fine. But would you be able to make payment by the 15th? Because when 15th comes, that's when we have to reassign any DDs that failed or put them on an additional deposit. So we need to charge them for an additional month deposit and force them to be on manual payment from that point. So we do ask them to be on like DD by the 15th and make their payment for the previous month by the 15th. So if they say yes, it's fine. We'll wait until the 15th. They need to make payment. Once they don't make payment, it gets taken up. And then that's when we start threatening about legal. But for me, I don't threaten legal. I just try and keep the peace. I just try and make it nice and friendly. So it's just simply like, okay, yeah, so you'll pay by the 15th. Cool. I'll give you a call by the 15th, or I'll check in if we've received any kind of payment. If we receive payment, I don't need a call back. It's fine. But majority of the time it's sorted by the 15th. But yeah, and then just to run you through, like, do you have any questions about like how I do the job, or is it just going to?
I think it's pretty like you've got great experience, so you don't need to sort of worry about the ins and outs. And I've selected you, and then also gone through your profile, so it's clear that you've got like the right skill set.
Sure.
And that'll all come out when you meet. Anyway, she'll ask you a bit more. I'm just like the initial screen, so sure. no need for that. Whereabouts are you? But where is? Okay, and so you've got no issue. We're in 3 days a week, so it's Mondays are in Bermondsey, and so are Thursdays, and then Wednesdays is in Old Street.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. I'm not sure. I haven't checked my journey yet. I can check it now if you like. What was the postcode?
Is by what is it? I want to say
about an hour 20 minutes. And then what was the other one?
And then the other one is
same, about an hour 20. That's fine.
And you're okay with that? How many days do you go in at the moment?
None. I'm fully remote. My previous role that I was in was based in, and that would have been 3 hours.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I did have to do that quite a few times, just for the like whole company meeting kind of things. I'm used to longer journeys.
Okay. And then salary wise, what are you looking for?
So I saw that the post was saying up to 28, but I was going to question that because it's very difficult to live on less than 2,000 after tax. Would you be able to go up to 32?
I can ask. Let me put that in there and just see. I think we know, like, when the role was raised, I was like, originally we've got 26 to 28, and I was like, that is incredibly light.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very junior role, but if they meet if they meet the right person, then they might be able to find budget. That's not an issue.
Sure.
I just need to see if they've got the capacity for that. I don't know what other roles they've got planned in the team, so I can find out. I mean, if push comes to shove, is 38 doable? Is 28 doable for you?
It is, but it would be very tight every month for me.
Yeah. I suppose then it would be like flex on that you would only come in maybe twice a month instead of 3 times, because that's a different travel card, right? And that's going to be less on travel, and that would make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, what I'll do is I'll send these notes over to did you have any questions at all?
When are you planning to actually start the role then?
As soon as possible. So what we'll do is we'll have like a half-hour video call next week, and then a face-to-face interview. That will probably be would have thought. Video call will just be half an hour with her. Face-to-face will be about an hour. And then they'll make a decision from there pretty quick. Yeah, we just need someone as soon as possible, really. So we'll definitely be moving. I would have thought we'd have the process offered by like not next week, the week after.
Sure. So both of the interviews will be done next week then?
Potentially, we could if we can get a first stage in early next week and then a face-to-face back end. Otherwise, it might be the face-to-face will be the following week, and we'll be offering by the end of that week.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right. I'll try and get back to you by close of play today. Otherwise, it will be like by close of play Monday, and then we'll look to do video calls like Tuesday, Wednesday if we can.
Sure.
And yeah, that'll just be a half hour, and she'll go through the more technical questions for you.
Sure. Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay. Thanks so much for your time, and good to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
And take care. Bye.
So that's the negatives out the way. The rest of the video will be a lot more positive. But yeah, these guys were just like pissing me off. So I just want to get it off my chest.
But I thought in this video, it would be fun to talk about the first things I'm going to do when I get my first paycheck and when I get a constant cash flow again. So while I'm dying out here waiting for a job, let's talk about what I can look forward to. So numero uno. Goes without saying, bills. If you haven't seen it, I got scammed several times with my previous car and the current car that we have right now. If you want more details or some footage of the experience, I'll link the video, go check it out. But either way, we don't have a car no more. Well, not a working one. And even though life is difficult in this area without a vehicle, it's a bit of a relief that we have a few less bills every month, and we should be getting back a few thousand for that car that no longer works, giving it back to the dealership. They're not going to give us a full refund, but we should still get a couple thousand back for it. And it sounds kind of weird, but I'm kind of excited to just pay off bills, like for the rest of the year with the money that we get back from the car and not have to worry so much for a few months. When I get my paycheck and a constant cash flow, I want to continue adding to our savings pot and just pay off things for the rest of the year, like internet, subscriptions, memberships, our phones, etc. Just try and pay one thing off completely, like every month, until it's only our mortgage, like our monthly mortgage and the utilities. The next thing, get my girl some things. Like, she's been needing clothes for work, gym, creams and cosmetics, not surgeries, just like her skincare stuff and like biopeels, that kind of stuff. She's been waiting for a long time to get some of these, and I promised her when I had my last job, but we just couldn't afford it without my salary. So it would be nice to treat her. She definitely deserves it. Without her, we 100% would have lost this house. So yeah, she deserves it. Number 3, education. I've spoken a lot about it in my previous videos, how I don't want the same issue to happen again about not being able to find a job or being passed on opportunities because my CV looks weaker than others. I need to increase my worth when it comes to the job market. I can't guarantee I won't lose my job in the future, but I can at least make it so that I have a better chance of finding the next one if this happens again, or at least move across to a different company easier before things get worse. This would be higher on my list if it wasn't so goddamn expensive. Because of how much it costs and how much it will continue to cost for most likely at least 2 years, I need to make sure I'm stable and we reduce the monthly bills before I start, or else it'll be completely pointless. Everything I would have worked for would have been for nothing if I can't afford to complete it. Number 4, and this is going to sound a bit weird and it also depends on my next role, but if I manage to land a remote position or at least a hybrid position with a more favorable amount of days at home, I've been doing dog sitting and it's been pretty lucrative. I've done it now for just over a month, and I still have more clients lined up for May to June. If you own your own space, whether it's a rental or home, as long as you have permission, seriously consider it. Like, animal sitting or babysitting is weird, but I literally had no jobs, and dog sitting has already earned me about £500 in just over a month, and clients I have lined up to June is going to get me about another 300. So it's a pretty good like passive income if you have a way of keeping an eye on them while you're working at home. My idea is to convert my garage into an office space and then my garden into like a mini kennel, because they're right next to each other. And if I can work from home, I can basically do my job, check up on them, and take them out during my lunch break. Right now, I'm looking after up to 3 dogs inside of my house, but I would prefer to increase it up to like 6 or 10 at any one time. And the only way to do that would be to keep some outside. I love dogs, always want to own 2 of my own, but this is a good way to earn money from things I love to do. So who knows, if everything pans out, I could still have my dogs too. So definitely would recommend it if you guys have the opportunity to do that in like your living environment. Last of all, I'm really excited to buy some new games. Obviously, this is the least important thing, especially with the amount of time I should be studying, working on videos, trying different grinds, and of course work. So I may not even have time to game that much, but I really want to play like Gears of War E-Day when that comes out, and join the multiplayer when it's hot and not just when the game's on sale and most of the hype has already died. I kind of want to like get in when everybody's in there. I've never been able to hit a launch of a Gears of War game when it's first come out. I've always had to wait a bit, so I'm hoping that I get my like paycheck before all of this is launched and like I'm stable by the time it comes out. I don't mind getting like GTA 6 when it's on offer because I enjoy the single player as much as the multiplayer, so I can afford to wait for that when it goes on a good deal like I did for GTA 5. My favorite Elder Scroll game just came out as a remaster, but I still haven't been able to play it. I remember when Oblivion came out on the Xbox 360, I sunk in so many hours onto my Red Guard and my Dark Elf. I had to restart it because I kept getting caught stealing. I was a kid and I didn't really know how to play RPGs well back then, and I think back then, I can't even remember the game mechanics, but I'm pretty sure if you get caught stealing, you don't have enough gold, you have to go to jail, and then your stats get like squished and something. I remember laughing so hard at a wolf. I kept shooting in the face with my bow and arrow while running backwards. That then died with like 20 arrows in its face. I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm not really about min-maxing. Normally you can complete a game with subpar builds, so I just have fun with it. But yeah, it's fun talking about what I've been looking forward to the most. I hope I'll be able to do these things sooner rather than later, and when things get better, I might even do some playthroughs or even talk more about games and stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, thanks for getting to the end of the video. If you like this kind of video, a like and a subscribe would help me out a lot. Are you playing Oblivion right now, or are you excited for any of the games that I mentioned, Gears of War E-Day and GTA 6? Drop them down in the comments and let me know what you guys are playing. Thanks. Bye.